What is going on, everybody? Estas here. So the markets are off to a great start this week. We have the S&P and the Russell up 0.2%, the NASDAQ 100's up over 0.7%, and we have the Dow down a little bit. It's down 0.1%, and it's currently 1:30 p.m. on the East Coast, meaning we do have about 2.5 hours left in the session. So in this video, we're going to break down 3 stocks I'm looking at, the overall markets, and I'm going to go over what I'm doing a little bit in the markets. So sit back, relax, take a sip of your coffee, hit the like button, and check out my Patreon, link down below. If you guys want to join and get all my buys, sells, call-outs, morning update videos, plus more, all of that's on Patreon. And with that being said, let's get right into the video. So SPY today, which you guys should know tracks the S&P 500, is finally breaking out of 445 and 446, which was that resistance in the end of September, right by the 180 moving average on the 4-hour chart. And we've discussed this many times, time and time again on the YouTube channel. And this is actually after we saw a bit of a pullback this morning. If you guys saw the futures market, we were about 0.5% in the red on the S&P 500. SPY in particular went down from 446 to about 443.30. Then we got a double bottom right around an hour before the market open and at market open, and then we ripped. We completely broke out after that double bottom, and it's been a straight up uptrend since then. Like I said, we broke out of 445, 446, and now it seems like SPY is well on its way to that 450 to 455 level, at least as of now. Things can change, but as of now, this looks very bullish to me. And overall, the inverse head and shoulder that we called out last week, that you can clearly see on the 4-hour chart, is playing out. And if I pull up QQQ, you guys can see this one's now trading well above both moving averages on the 4-hour chart. We clearly took out the high from earlier in October, and now we're breaking out, as of today, full-fledged above the 180 moving average. Now, from what I'm seeing, this is going to test the high from the end of September, being around 375, which is just a stone's throw away from where we are now. It's about $3.20 away from where we are, and by the looks of it, it might not test today, but at some point this week, 375, it's definitely in reach, guys. So the markets are crushing it. We're up all across the board pretty much, except for the Dow Jones, which might go up in the green later on today. I mean, it's only down 0.1%, and anything could happen in 2.5 hours. And we have the VIX creeping down a little bit. It was up 8% earlier in the day. Now the VIX is pretty much at break even, and it probably will go red later on today, which is great. That's a sign that volatility and fear are dying down right now, which is solid. So let me know your thoughts. Drop me a comment down below. Make sure to also smash that like button if you guys are enjoying the content and the videos that I'm posting up here on YouTube. I really appreciate all you guys out there for tuning in. So let's talk about the 3 stocks that I'm looking at now, one of which, well, 2, I actually own 2 of these. One I don't own, obviously, since there's 3. 2 I own, 1 I don't own. Number 1 is Pinterest, ticker symbol PINS. And this is ripping today, guys. It's up 1.4%, which I guess, I don't know if that classifies as ripping, but if you look on the intraday chart, this thing hit 51.55 at market open, and it almost hit $54 just about an hour ago, 35 minutes to 40 minutes ago, which is a pretty big intraday move. We're talking about 4 or 5% from $51.50 to about $54 per share. Now we are seeing a bit of a retracement on the intraday chart, but overall the uptrend on the intraday chart is holding. And if I pop up the 4-hour chart, this is on the brinks of a breakout. I have an alert at $54, which is right by the overall resistance from the past couple of weeks, and it's right by the 180 moving average on the 4-hour chart, which you guys can clearly see. Ever since their previous earnings report, that level has been acting as resistance. And like I said, I own Pinterest, and I am long, I believe, at about 50... I think my average is like 51.60 or something like that. All of you on Patreon know because I post all my buys, sells, all my moves on there. And I actually ended up selling a October 29th $56 call option contract, multiple contracts on Pinterest. I collected about $1.70 per contract, and they are reporting earnings on the 27th, 2 days before the contracts are set to expire. So we are seeing a bit of elevated premium in the October 29th contracts due to people, gambling on earnings. And I figured, let me take advantage of that. Let me sell some calls against my position, and I'd be willing to give up my shares at $56. Let's say we saw a huge move into earnings and we hit above 56, meaning I'd have to give up my calls. That's part of selling covered, or my shares. That's part of selling covered calls. I'd be fine giving up my $56 Pinterest shares at $56. Considering I'm in at 51 something, I'd make money on the 56 minus $51. I'd make money on the shares via the $4 or $5 per share that I would make there. And I would keep the premium, which again, I told you guys, I paid, or I received rather, $1.70 per contract, and premium times 100 times the amount of contracts. So overall, the trade would work out for me. And even if they don't expire in the money, those contracts I sold, it's all good because I get to keep I get to keep the shares, and then I'm going to be able to maybe write some November contracts, sell more, collect premium while I hold on to Pinterest, which quite honestly, I think it's going to get out of this consolidation zone soon, which we don't know when that's going to happen, but I think it's going to happen soon. And in the meantime, while I'm waiting, I'm going to be collecting the premium and just holding on to the shares. And if, again, I get assigned, meaning my shares get called away, it's all good because I'm not married to Pinterest. I'd be fine giving it up. So overall, Pinterest looks solid here. If we start breaking mid-high 50s, we could be going higher there. Square is another one that I'm looking at, ticker symbol SQ. This one's breaking out as I'm filming this video. You guys can see the stock is currently up 1.7%, up over $4 per share. And now we're starting to peak above the 180 moving average. We're well above the 50 moving average on this 4-hour chart, and now we're starting to break above the highs from earlier in October, and we're pretty much at a 3-week high on Square stock. And I believe now that we're breaking out of the 180 moving average, there's upside to the high point from the end of September being around 260, 265, 270. You guys can see that is where we got rejected about 3 weeks ago. So now that Square is starting to make a move, it's clear the uptrend's continuing. We hit a higher low at 189 back in May. We hit another one in the beginning of October at about 224, and then recently at 230. Now we're breaking out. I see a move coming, 260, 265, maybe even higher. So keep your eyes out on Square, and I might as well set an alert on that, actually. Let me put an alert at $254. Mark is at or above 254. And the last stock for today, guys, is Apple. Yup, you heard it right. It's Apple. Ever since they had the whole fiasco with Epic Games, they lost. It wasn't a big W for Apple. In fact, I would give Apple an L versus Epic Games. It's not the best. It's not the best outcome for them. But it seems like the stock, as expected, like I kind of knew would happen ultimately, but we didn't know when it would happen. But now that we're seeing it happening, this could be the reversal. We're seeing Apple kind of find a bottom at about 139, 140, which was, if you guys look at the chart here, that was resistance back in February and also back in, April, May. Now that we're finding support at that old resistance, we're starting to rip back over the 50 SMA, and now in real time, we're about to test the 180 SMA at about 147. This is a great sign that Apple is starting to reverse. So I'm going to put my alert at $147 per share, right by that 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart, and it's also right by the high point from the end of September. If we start breaking out of 147, into the low 150s. I think Apple, especially if the overall markets are recovering as they seem like they are right now, and the recovery seems like it could be sustainable, as that's occurring, I think Apple's going to rip. So, yeah, let's watch out for it. Right around 147, high 140s, low 150s is definitely a place to watch out for. So, I'm going to wrap it up here, guys. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, drop me a comment, and let's try and run up the likes. Let's try and get at least 150 likes on this video, and let me know if you guys stuck till the end. Drop an octopus emoji. Let me know whatever you want to say that you stuck till the end, and prove it. I don't know how you guys want to prove it, but yeah, I appreciate all of you. Check out my Patreon as well down below if you want all my real-time buys, sells, call-outs, morning update videos, whether it's trades, options, long-term investments. I'm posting everything in real time on Patreon, link down below. And that's it. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching again. As always, keep crushing the market. Stay safe out there. Peace out.